The Lord chose to share the best news in the world with the least likely recipients, and that's hopeful for all of us. You ready for some good news? Though the first recipients of the good news of Christ's birth weren't honored by their culture, God honored them, and that's what matters. Scholars point out that shepherds weren't highly esteemed in Jewish culture. They weren't the best Torah students, and they probably didn't keep the ceremonial hand-washing laws carefully. They were obscure, simple Jewish boys. So imagine the scene in heaven. Lord, who will it be? The angels around the throne asked the Creator. Who will be the first to get the news? The heavenly host is in the backdrop practicing their glory in the highest number. Lord, shall we go to the chief priest and tell him first? No, God says. Shall we give the news to the wealthiest Jewish leader, perhaps? The angels ask. No, God says. Do you want us to tell Caesar, Augustus himself? We can let him know who the real king is. No, said the Lord, it shall be none of those. Who then, Lord? Who gets the honor? And God peeled back the heavens and pointed to the young Jewish boys watching flocks by night in the fields outside the little town of Bethlehem. Go tell them. That's what I imagine God said with a smile. They shall be the first to hear. God didn't give the shepherds gold or silver or status or fame. He just gave them the honor of being the first to hear the greatest news the world has ever known. And that honor, that gift, caused the shepherds unspeakable joy. Every time you hear the story this Advent season, hear it addressed to you. God has honored you with the very best news. It's a cause for endless joy. And that's the gospel. That's today's daily devotion. You can get good news every single day by subscribing and letting others know to subscribe so that we can fill our hearts with good news of great joy.